Lettman. I am an autistic self-advocate, meaning I'm an advocate on the autism spectrum. I have high-functioning autism. And not only I work with AHRC as a once-in-a-while subject matter expert, and I'm proud of that job. And get paid for it. The money's not worth it. I'm just doing my thing as an advocate, that's all. Okay, please know that I articulate what it's like living with autism, which is why I have a channel. I do whatever it takes to see what I can do for the autistic community. It's a long progress, a long way to go, years to come, like we all know, but I hope something that can be done for the autistic community, just like myself. Thank you. Good evening. To those from Harlem hospitals, you have my thanks for perfectly describing autism. I wouldn't be able to answer that myself. All I can do is share from my perspective. What is autism? And the way I've seen it so far during my adulthood, I've always seen it as some kind of disability that you end up being born with. And I also learned from hospitals that some doctors take a while to, check to see if the child is diagnosed with autism or not, usually at a young age. You're newly born for a while, and then you get a message from doctors describing that your child has autism. But I feel sorry for some people who find out about it at a later age. And, when you're born with autism, you can have problems with your disability, especially motor skills. That's what happened with me. And I have to give a shout out to AHRC. How many times we had to answer that question, what is autism? I work with Matthew Eastep over there for presentations. That question had to be answered more than once. And how many times one of the people who had to speak for the presentations, like me of course, I had to read the screen of how that answer could be answered. What is autism? It can be answered in many different ways, the way both of you described it. AHRC, as well as me and Matthew, had to answer it in our own way, so that our attendants and staff could understand the answers to that question. So, you know how long I had to place that more than once in more than one video on my channel, and it got less views? It can be hard to get attention, so that more people like you can understand the answers to that question. That's all I can say for now. Thank you.
That the insurance is doing the things that are helping us get these diagnoses, Michael.
Of course. Also, I want to make it quick so she can speak. All right. Fellow advocates, listen, I gotta be honest. Well, it was normal that I was 3 years old when I was diagnosed with high-functioning autism. However, it was my grandmother who raised me, my father's mother. And do you have any idea how much struggle she had to go with to take care of me? Especially with my motor skills. She said she had to send me away somewhere so that my motor skills could be taken care of. I was even nonverbal back then, but here I am, talking.
Can we clap for that?
Okay, I didn't like her honesty when she said I was eating paint lead when I was younger. That's what caused my nonverbal. It's a possibility. But, like you, Charles, I found out my autism at a later age. It was during I forgot what school year. See, that memory started to fade from my head. But the main point is, I know that I'm on the autism spectrum, and I actually don't care. I'm just like you, Charles. I'm proud of my autism. And you know what? Okay. And you know what? Again, I have to agree with you, Charles. I feel like I'm living in a world ruled by evil humans who discourage us, who abuse us. And I feel sorry for my grandmother. I have the memory. She didn't mean to send me to a general ed school where I had awful times. I don't know how long I've been there, but I kept the memory of something bad that happened to me. Someone did something that they weren't supposed to do, and I got blamed for it. I was sent on a timeout, and I was like this, crying. And they eventually found out the truth. Thank goodness that happened. That's in my memory, so of course that happened to me when I was at that school that I was not supposed to be at. Like I said, I felt sorry for my dear grandmother who sometimes had a hard time finding the right school for me, for my needs, if you know what I mean. That's why there's special ed, of course, which is what I definitely needed. Oy. And these are my final words. I'm proud to be on the autism spectrum, but I feel sorry that I'm living in a world ruled by evil humans. Oy. And you're just, well, we all have to live in it to see what we can do to make a difference. Just like I hope you can do the same, Charles. Thank you. I talk enough.
He's the best.
All right, so before high school, to be honest, I was used to attending special ed. One of my main schools was PS 77. And I've been to that school lots and lots of times in my school years, and they were a big help. Oh, I learned so much from them. And you know what? During one of my special ed years, I took a special ed program that allowed me to take general ed classes, to be honest. I'm glad I survived that thanks to them. Yeah, it was unbelievable. But I'll stop from there. Because I like to fast forward to my high school years. How I started out as an advocate in the first place. Through that school student volunteering program, I volunteered at a child care center. Randomly. And that's how I ended up working as a classroom helper at Northside Center for Child Development. Yeah, and to be honest, I loved it. Felt like I had an actual job. Felt like I found my future job already. I wasn't even getting paid for it. Checks. I loved it. And I really loved the job. I was working with adorables. I was their fault. And I was doing excellent for them. But to be honest, I did have some struggles because, I was starting out. Oy. So I got in trouble. But I deserved it. I had to face my consequences. And let me get to answering your question, of course. I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Heather Lifland. I lost her in 2024. I'd like for everyone to know that she was the one who convinced me to be an advocate in the first place. Hi. Miss Heather Lifland, who works with P373K, that's my high school. She was the teacher in charge of the class who works at Northside. So I go there every day. Yeah, again, felt like I had an actual job. I felt like I was going to work. She showed me the ropes of how I can be okay at Northside, and she helped me out when I was facing consequences. And when she mentioned how I articulate living with autism, she's the one who motivated me to start my project in the first place and begun my path as an advocate. In fact, that's how Living with Autism by Michael Lettman started out on YouTube. Two last things to say. One, after I graduated, I had to say goodbye to that job that I missed so much, to be honest. I missed it. But that high school teacher stayed in touch with me. She even attended my graduation from a college program at Kingsborough Community College. And second, since I lost her in 2024, it was unbelievable. She said, she was taking a nap and then she wouldn't wake up. That's what they told me. Actually, I should have mentioned this. P373K, the principal, she was the one who called me and had me over to tell me the news in person. And I instantly made a video on behalf of Miss Heather Lifland on my channel. It got up to 100 views, thank goodness. And lastly, here I go. Since she was the one motivated me to be an advocate in the first place, that's why I'm continuing my project, that's why I'm continuing to be an advocate, and exactly why I've been working on my career path, seeking a part-time position in the child care field. No matter how many times I get rejected, I'm going to find a child care organization who accept me for who I am. My work is adorable. Thank you. I, Michael Lettman, would like to give my thanks to a very good senator and AHRC for inviting me to another panel. I got to speak alongside many other advocates who respect the autistic community as much as I do. Everyone heard us out, and we're going to hope for the best that the future can change for the sake of many innocent lives of many individuals on the autism spectrum. Please stay tuned for more of Living with Autism by Michael Lettman. That is all.